All right, let's get into it. Today, we're going to talk about a piece of tech that's kind of like an unsung hero, quietly powering our digital world, especially now in the age of AI. We're talking about Apache Cassandra. So, have you ever just stopped and wondered how services like Netflix, Uber, or Instagram just work? I mean, all the time without a hitch. They're juggling these unbelievable mountains of data every single second, and they pretty much never go down. How on earth do they pull that off? Well, the answer isn't magic, but it's pretty close. It's a special kind of database, one that was built from the ground up for the absolutely massive, always-on demands of the modern internet. See, that kind of reliability is only possible because of a totally new way of thinking, a way born from what you might call the data explosion. The old school systems, they just weren't designed to handle the sheer amount of information we're creating every single day. So what's the fix? Well, for a whole lot of the biggest companies out there, the answer is a technology called Apache Cassandra. So let's dive in and figure out what exactly this thing is. Okay, at its core, Cassandra is an open-source, distributed NoSQL database. Now, I know, that's a mouthful, but let's break it down. Distributed just means your data isn't all stuck in one place. NoSQL means it's super flexible, not like a rigid spreadsheet. And all that leads to its real secret weapon, having absolutely no single point of failure. That's the key to its incredible reliability. You know, a great way to think about it is like a super organized group of friends. Instead of one person trying to remember everything, which would be impossible, they share the work. The data gets split up across all of them, so no single computer gets buried in work. And then they all keep extra copies of each other's notes, so if one friend gets busy or, goes offline, no problem. The information is still right there. And that's how Cassandra makes sure your data is always safe and always available. This whole distributed idea is what gives Cassandra its main superpower, the ability to scale up to basically an infinite size. And all these features work together beautifully. High scalability means if you need more power, you just add more computers to the group. Easy. Fault tolerance means that if one of those servers fails, the system doesn't even blink. It's also built for incredibly fast writes, so it can just absorb huge floods of data. And then there's this really cool thing called tunable consistency. Basically, it lets developers choose between getting a super fast answer that's probably right or waiting just a little bit longer for one that's guaranteed to be perfect. This slide really nails the difference. With traditional databases, to get bigger, you have to scale up. You literally have to buy a bigger, more expensive server. But with Cassandra, you scale out. You just add more cheap servers. Old school databases need everything to be neat and tidy and fixed tables. Cassandra? It loves messy, unstructured data, which is, let's face it, most of the data in the world today. But okay, the story does not stop there. Not even close, because the world is shifting again. We're moving into the era of AI, and that's changing what we need from our data. It's just not enough anymore for a database to be a digital filing cabinet, a place to just store and retrieve stuff. To power real intelligence, databases have to do more. They need to be active players in the game. And this is where amazing new tools like vector search come in. Okay, so forget searching for exact keywords. Vector search lets a system find things based on their meaning, on their vibe. So, for example, it's how a shopping site can show you a shirt with a summer vacation vibe when you search for beach party clothes, even if those exact words aren't in the description. It's how AI understands context, not just text. And this all leads to a really fundamental change in how we think. Databases are evolving from just being these passive storage bins into being the actual engines that drive intelligence. So let's look at what this actually means in the real world. I mean, this all sounds cool, but how is this smarter database tech being used right now, today? Well, it's already powering so many of the services that we use every single day. We're talking about the recommendation engines that tell you what to watch next, the smart chatbots that help you out with customer service, and even the systems that protect your Bing account from fraud in real time. Right, so with these AI smarts, recommendation engines can finally go way beyond people who bought this also bought that. They can understand the really subtle connections between things to give you these truly personal and sometimes pretty surprising suggestions. It's a perfect example of how this stuff directly impacts our everyday lives. It also means that search can finally understand what you mean, not just what you type. You can ask a question in a totally natural human way and get back results that actually make sense in context, instead of just a list of pages that happen to have the right keywords. And in the world of finance, this is a total game changer. Being able to analyze patterns across millions of transactions almost instantly, that means AI-powered systems running on databases like Cassandra can spot fraud the moment it's happening, not hours or even days later. So, when you put all of this together, where is it all going? Well, it's pretty clear that the future of pretty much all of our technology is intelligent. So here's the big idea. The main thing to take away from all this. This isn't just about a single database getting a new feature. It's about this incredible synergy, this powerful combination of massive, scalable data systems and advanced AI. That partnership is what's building the foundation for the entire next wave of tech innovation. Which leaves us with a really fascinating final thought. We've seen how this tech is already changing our world, from how we search and shop to how we stay secure, but honestly, this is just the very beginning. As our data infrastructure itself becomes truly intelligent, what problems that seem impossible today will we suddenly be able to solve? What incredible new possibilities are we about to unlock?